Hi guys, so we just got the finale for Loki, and I am off the rails, like, insane. Like, what just happened? Why? No. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight into spoilers, because I would assume if you're on the finale of Loki, you're a fan of Loki, so if you're watching this video, you probably have already watched it. So I'm going to do spoilers and not have my non-spoiler section. So there's that. And I'm gonna do that in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go. I loved this episode. I think this episode was so much fun. It made my brain go but it was so much fun. They found out who was in charge of the TVA, and it was insane. Right? Insane. But he was like, he thinks he did the right thing, and everything with that. He was like, I did the right thing because if I didn't do that, it would cause chaos because of all of these different variants of myself were like fighting and were very dangerous people. And so he thinks he did the right thing, and then like Loki was telling Sylvie, like, I think he's telling the truth. You should not kill him. I know he wronged us both, but I think he's telling the truth, and it could be worse without him than with him. And Sylvie just had to kick Loki out of there after, like, and be like, no. And Loki's like, but before she kicked him out of there, Loki was like, the only thing I care about is that you were not hurt. And
then they kissed.
And
then Sylvie was like, bye-bye, Felicia!
Yeah, then Sylvie took him to the TVA and killed the guy, who was in charge of the TVA. So, and then they did some stuff, and I am going insane about it. So yeah, you know the story, but I think the way that they dealt with it was really great. Although I was thinking they would be a friend and not have a romantic relationship, like, it's not terrible, so I think they did it well. And I think if they progress it more in season 2, it could be really great. So I was thinking that they would be more friends, but I understand why they did what they did. So I'm not going to criticize them for that. There's Rue. And then, like, how they got to the guy and having Miss Minutes be there and her being like creepy. I was watching.
She has a school.
Who has a school? Oh yeah. So that happens. And Miss Minutes, like, is creepy. She just shows out of nowhere, and Rue and I were watching together, and I was like, everything, all the acting in this episode was so good. Like, I don't understand how anyone can act that well. Like, they're so good in this episode. Everyone is just fantastic, and the ending where
they were like, who are you?
Yeah, when Loki's trying to tell Mobius all these things, and Mobius is like, I don't know who you are, what are you doing? And then we see the guy who was the head of the TVA that Sylvie killed, like, as a statue where the timekeepers were, and then they cut it. And I'm like,
and then that's the cliffhanger. And that was the cliffhanger.
And that was the cliffhanger.
And then at the end credit scene,
it says, we're getting a second season!
Like, probably next year.
I don't think I could wait a year. Like,
if you haven't watched it, watch it.
Yeah. It's great. Rue can say that this is true. When they said, when they cut it, I was like, no.
No, she was jumping off the walls and like...
I was like jumping up and down and being like, no.
And then she went outside and was like,
I did not scream outside. I just went for a walk outside.
No. And then she came back and was like, no.
I was so sad. And then we got, like, we're actually getting a second season, which makes me so happy, because if we weren't getting a second season, that would make me so sad, because, like, Agent Carter was done dirty, and they left on a cliffhanger, and didn't get a third season, so if we didn't get a second season and we ended on that, I would be like, no. And we're also getting to see more of Loki and Sylvie and Mobius, which makes me so happy, because I think they're so good. So yeah, I think everything about this episode was so good. It was so good. It was done so well. This was less of a comedy and more of like a dramatic episode. So when the comedy was on, it was on. But the comedy wasn't like a big factor of this episode, so I'm not going to talk about the comedy very much. I just think like the acting is the big thing that I need to talk about in this episode, and the acting was just so good. It was so good. They worked so well together. Loki and Sylvie are such a good pair, and it was so good to see them in this episode, and I can't wait for season 2, because...
Which is like a million days away.
Yeah, I think when they announce that we're like the date season 2 is coming, or when they start filming, I am definitely gonna be one of those people that's like looking around and be like, what can we find here and what can we find here? Because I am so excited, and they haven't announced anything about season 2 other than that it's happening at the end of a TV show. So there's that. Yeah, I just personally think this was such a good show, just as a whole. I think this show was so good. All these characters worked so well together. Their comedy was good. Their, like, acting was so good. Everything about it. I loved all these characters being together.
Now we're in a bagel.
Okay.
So...
Yeah. I don't know what she's talking about. But,
now we're in a pickle.
Okay.
What? Sophie says that.
Okay.
Anybody have...
So, yeah, everything about this episode was just so good. I loved it. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Hi.
Other than hi?
No. Yes.
What?
I'm Sully.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's really my thoughts on the show. I think it's a fantastic show. Be on the lookout for more.
I'm a banana. I'm a banana power. That's all.
Oh, okay. I think Voon needs to go to sleep because she's going crazy. But so I think it's a good place to stop here. But I love this episode. I loved this show. I can't wait for season 2. All these actors are phenomenal, and I can't wait to see more of these characters, and hopefully be able to see them like in some films also. So maybe like we could get some more of these characters before season 2. Maybe Marvel. I would love it. I would love to see it. Seeing Sylvie in like the Multiverse of Madness or something. Wouldn't that be so good? It would be so good for me. I know that. Or Loki in Thor: Love and Thunder. Just an idea. Throwing it at you. It probably won't happen, but if it does, it would make me really happy. So there's that. I love this show. Highly recommend it. It's on Disney Plus. If you like Marvel, if you like Norse mythology, go watch it. It's great. So there's that. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and that you enjoyed the show as much as I did. I love you 3000, and stay safe. Bye.
Bye.